So not only do I get to start off the ice fishing right in the mountains, but my friends over at Deeper sent me the brand new Deeper Chirp. Not only that, they sent me the holiday bundle for an exclusive time. Check this out, it's such a good deal. It's such a cool product. Really looking forward to seeing how it compares and seeing the new added clarity, sensitivity, and just overall improvements on the product. All right, first time trying out the brand new Deeper Chirp. So let's connect to it. So I'm gonna open up my Wi-Fi, select the Deeper Chirp. Let's go ahead and go over to the app, hit connect. Since this is the very first time I've connected to this Deeper, it is gonna update it with the newest firmware, looks like. All right, so once it finished updating, it just automatically reconnected. And for my very first time ever, I'm seeing the readings from the Deeper Chirp. So yeah, there might be something cruising. So I'm gonna drop my little tiny nymph. I got an itty bitty lure on there with a tiny little mealworm. We're gonna see if this can pick it up. So right away you can see my bait dropping down there, and you actually see fish rising up to it. You can see it's just crawling with trout. So many trout down there. It's shallow enough here. Yep, there we go. First fish. Right away. Tiny little trout. All right. My first ice trout of the ice fishing season. Little rainbow here. We'll let him get right back down to swimming there. And I just hand lined it another one. There you go. All right, so we're gonna switch to a little bigger presentation, just a little bit. Got it all the way down to the bottom now, and they're just all over it. Yep. Oh, that's a little bigger one. Well, that's about the same. They feel different sometimes depending how much they fight. But as you can see, I mean, the Deeper's not getting in the way as I'm taking a fish out of the hole. Yeah, this is a small fish, but it just moves out of your way. I mean, it's circular. There's nothing to catch on. Deeper also makes this really cool, and you can actually, the new one you can wrap around your arm. It's a smartphone mount, and it's got room for your battery pack in the back, which I usually do bring with me, but I'm not going to have much daylight to fish today, so I probably won't even need to plug it in. Your phone can just go right in here, which is really nice. You can just kind of set that up right there. Then I am good to go. So let's get another mealworm on here. Catch another little trout. Oh, that's a big one. You know, a lot of the bigger ones are already taken and eaten from the summer, so this is about as big as you'll get here. Just a beautiful trout. It's kind of fun to see all the fish going crazy on the sonar, but when you're in a really deep lake and you're trying to locate those big, you know, trout and the structure down there, that's when this thing really comes in handy. You see the Deeper obviously showing the insane amount of fish down there, and then you actually see them all, and it's just like, wow. Oh, yep, there we go. After using Deeper sonars for a few ice fishing seasons now, what I love to do is if I'm going to a new spot or a new lake, I'll drill a bunch of these holes. I'll just have that in my pocket, and I'll drop it into each hole and then do some depth scanning. And if I see anything rising off the bottom, I'll drop my lure down there. And if I start getting fish activity, that's where I'll start fishing and setting up my tent and stuff like that. Obviously, this small pond, I just kind of set up where I know to go. But especially if you're going to new spots, it's so helpful for locating the fish. It's still fun to catch these little trout, so we're just going to keep doing that. Yep, there's another one. So as you can see, it kind of immediately connected there. It's actually 11 feet deep over here. Definitely seeing some lines off the bottom. We're not that far from the original spot, but we're far enough. Another use I use the Deeper for quite a bit is setting up my tip up. I'll watch it go down there, and then once I see it's right off the bottom, then I'll set up the tip up there. And we're already seeing fish activity, obviously. Oh, almost. As you can see, I started being a little more aggressive with my jigging, and immediately some fish came over. So they like that more aggressive jigging, apparently. So you can actually learn how the fish are behaving just by looking at, you know, some lines on a sonar, which is kind of fun. So you can see they're liking a little more aggression. So I'm going to be kind of aggressive. See if I can trigger a bite here. There we go. Another beautiful little trout. So even though the fishing isn't difficult here, I do love coming out here. It's one of my favorite, just beginning of the ice fishing season. Nothing else is frozen yet, like I said, so you kind of got to make do with what you can. And this is a spot that usually just has really small trout, but it's a good warm-up for the rest of ice fishing. Gets your confidence up, you're catching stuff, which is always fun. And honestly, any fish on these little ice rods feels pretty cool. So I'm happy to be here with Sitka, just enjoying a beautiful day. All right, sun is just getting past the mountains now. That means the temperature is starting to drop. That small breeze does kick up every once in a while, makes it a little chilly. So I'm gonna start bundling up here. Figure now would be a great time to break out the neck gaiter that the kit came with. So yeah, let's check it out. We got the nice see-through lime green night fishing cover. And then of course, if I would have planned ahead a little better, could have filled up this deeper thermos. So next time I'll have to bring a nice hot beverage to keep me warm while I'm out on the ice. As always, thank you for watching Fishing Montana. I'll see you on the next one.